All right, I am mentioning this for the first time. I came home for vacation with an insurance issue. Now, I've got the Chloe health insurance issue. It's not that. It's a whole different situation.
What a pain.
So I come home from vacation. January 1st was, Sunday. I went to get the mail because we don't get mail at the house. I've talked about this a million times. I do not have a mailbox at my house. I don't have any bills. I have no sensitive items. No mail goes to my house because I don't want my personal crap sitting in a mailbox on the street where anyone can drive by and steal my stuff. Bank statements, brokerage statements, bills, getting personal information, Social Security number. So a long time ago, I decided I'm not having a mailbox. And remember the mail thieves rolled through my South Tampa neighborhood back in the late 90s, 97, 98. And that's when I decided, when we moved and we built our current house, I said to myself, hey, I am not going to have a mailbox. So that's when we went to a P.O. box. We went to a post office box, and that's where I get my mail. So, by the way, Andrew just handed me a note. Flights are grounded until 9 o'clock this morning. So this is the latest on the FAA situation, right? Is that the story, Andrew? Hang on, let me turn your mic on.
MJ was right.
Go ahead.
Yes.
And is this nationwide or just Tampa International?
This is nationwide, all domestic flights.
What a pain in the ass. Now, earlier this morning, I don't know, 7 o'clock or something, we have the story. The breaking news earlier was that there was an FAA computer failure for the notice to air missions, the NOTAM system, responsible for sending out any kind of flight hazards, real-time restrictions to pilots, and the FAA's computer system that handles that apparently malfunctioned. It was not working. They got the blue screen of death, apparently. And this, we had a couple hours ago, they were saying, or an hour ago, that this could affect air travel. And apparently nothing's moving. So breaking, the continuation here is that all flights nationwide are grounded until 9 a.m. That's almost, an hour from right now. Can you imagine that? That is a mess.
That sucks.
Fester poo-pooed all this earlier.
Yeah, I'd bring up the TV audio right now, but we don't seem to be able to get TV audio on our board anymore.
We don't need that.
Come on.
Hey, Andrew, because they're doing a breaking news report, can we try to get the TV audio back on this board, please? Who the hell do I have to talk to about this?
I'll give you a breaking news if you want.
It was there, and now it's gone.
Look, I'll read the closed the clicker doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was going to read the closed captions.
All right, so the FAA outage is impacting flights nationwide.
I can help. I can read lips. I can read the anchor's lips.
The latest word here is that flights are grounded until 9 a.m. This is nationwide because of the computer system. That's all screwed up. So, I mean, this is a pretty big story.
Where's the closed caption button?
Screw it.
Forget it.
Andrew, can you please, I don't know how many times I got to ask. I need my TV audio back on my console here. So can you go get Max right now? Go get our engineer. And because I wanted to bring up some audio from one of the news sources because there's breaking news. So if you're traveling, if you know someone that's traveling, and this will back up the whole system.
Yeah.
So even if flights start taking off at 9 a.m. nationwide again, it's going to back up the whole system. So you're going to have delays all day long because you've had flights that have been sitting on the ground for hours, and it's just going to put a lot of pressure because everything is timed and slotted. So this screws things up because how many hundreds and hundreds of flights or thousands of flights nationwide should have been taken off at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. this morning. So the pressure's going to be on. Everything's going to be slammed and compacted now. So you're going to probably have delays nationwide all day long because of this FAA computer failure. All right, back over to my little insurance problem. So I go to pick up our mail on January 2nd. And, the post office was closed on January 2nd because it was the observance day of New Year's Day, which was Sunday. But, my post office, you can go check the P.O. boxes 24/7. It doesn't matter.
Anytime,
yeah, that's open 24/7, 365. I go get the mail, and I got this whole stack of, hey, Max, come on in here. I don't know what happened, but I used to have TV audio on the board here where I could bring up the TV, and it just we don't need it right now. We can just worry about it later. Okay. And it was on I'll show you where it needs to be, and it disappeared. Okay. All right, so I wanted to bring up some TV audio, but we'll do it after the show. Okay. But thank you, buddy. Okay. And by the way, the studio is very comfortable today because it's 47 degrees outside. Yes. But
yeah.
Yeah, and the elevator downstairs is still broken. But it's still.
But that's not Max's fault.
Yeah, that's not Max's fault. All right, so I come home from vacation. I go get the mail, and I got a stack of letters from my homeowner's insurance company, and it's a big company. I'm canceled.
Well,
my homeowner's insurance, my flood insurance, my hurricane, everything. I'm canceled.
Huh?
Yeah. They will not renew my policy. So my insurance ends June 1st. And I get this whole slew. You ever know insurance companies will generate the most ridiculous amount of paperwork? So I come home to a whole stack of letters from my insurance carrier saying that I'm being non-renewed. And this is what gets all squirrely here. This is where it gets all hinky. Is I have 5 or 6 different letters about this policy is being canceled. This is being canceled. This is being canceled. And most of them are due to Florida exposure because of Ian.
Ian and Nicole came the other way.
So here's the deal. I live in South Tampa. I live on the water. I've got a AAA rated insurance company through a local broker, a well-known local insurance broker. And here I'm getting all these cancellations. Now, my broker, I had a conversation with them yesterday that they usually get a heads up. They said they did not get a heads up that I was being canceled. But here's where it gets hinky, is most of the cancellation letters say that I'm being canceled because they're limiting exposure. And insurance companies, listen, they've got hammered. You had the Hurricane Ian down in Fort Myers, a considerable amount of losses. You've had some of the inland flooding in Florida as well. So they're claiming in most of the letters they're canceling me to mitigate and limit their exposure in Florida. I've been with this company for 12 years. I paid a lot in insurance premiums to them, and now I'm getting canceled. So most letters said they're limiting their exposure, but then 2 of the letters said I'm being canceled for late payments.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean,
what?
I'm being canceled for late payments, and then they cite specifically that I had a couple of payments late in 2019 and 2020, and I had a couple of late premiums, they were posted a day or 2 late.
Dude, how irresponsible are you?
And they're canceling me. It's wait a minute. Oh, but wait. But you renewed me in 2021. You renewed me in 2022. You know what? That's bogus.
So you did have late payments?
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. But listen, my payments are 4 or 5 times a year, and a payment may be done online or called in or mailed. It posted a day or 2 late. It's bogus. They're looking for any excuse to try to, if they needed to make an excuse to, let's say, the Florida Insurance Commissioner on, he had a late payment in 2019. That is such a farce. It's so bogus. Most of the letters tell the truth that they're just trying to cut their exposure because of the bad hurricane season we had. And that's the truth about it. It's just a lame, bogus-ass excuse that they're canceling my insurance because I had a late payment in 2019 and 2020 by a day or 2 that it got posted.
So they took every on-time payment in 2021 and 2022.
Oh, how about every on-time payment in 2011, 2010, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? It's pathetic. It's insulting that they'd even send out a letter. We're canceling you due to a late payment in 2019. Shut the bleep up, you.
Yeah.
Who
wrote that letter?
Is Jimmy Petronas the insurance commissioner?
I
mean, I know.
No, he's not the insurer. He's the.
Is that a separate?
He's the CFO and fire marshal. That's I think it's separate.
So that's not his jurisdiction.
Yeah, but
there's an agent who hit us up and they said on the text line and said 13 companies are leaving Florida. 5 went bankrupt. That's what it has to do with.
We have a massive insurance crisis in the state of Florida. And then we just had this special legislative session. What the hell's going to come out of this? So now my insurance broker, which is very well known in the Tampa Bay area, now they've got to shop. They got to see if, first of all, if they can get my company to reconsider, which they probably won't. Then they got to, shop me around. They're saying that my homeowner's insurance, which is already way too high, and I've got a ridiculous hurricane and wind damage deductible anyway, and they're saying that my insurance could double. If they can get me written, my insurance will most likely double. So I'm thinking about saying, screw it. I'm thinking about I'll self-insure because I don't have a mortgage. I paid off my house. I don't have a mortgage. So I'm not required from a lender to have homeowners insurance. So maybe I just buy, fire protection, burglary, and that's going to be cheap. And maybe when it comes to hurricanes and flood, I do federal flood insurance. I've got to buy that in the next couple of weeks because that's up for renewal. So I'll buy my federal flood insurance, which covers you to $250,000. But as far as excess flood and wind damage and hurricane, maybe I just say, screw it. I'll self-insure myself.
And then we can wait like FEMA lines together when the storm comes through.
And then I'll just get homeowners insurance for fire and umbrella liability, that kind of stuff, which I'm sure I can get written for that. Maybe. Some insurance companies have given me trouble over the years because I'm a radio broadcaster.
Really?
What the hell does what? You want to insure my house because I'm a radio? What does that mean?
Yeah, very sketchy crew.
Someone else said
I'm telling you right now, insurance companies suck.
Yeah.
Well,
they all suck. All insurance companies suck.
This same agent says 90% of the changes are due to flood fraud.
And there has been fraud. I'd like to find the fraudsters and smash them over the head with a mallet. So that's my deal. So I'm just
upset.
I'm venting a little bit here
you.
because I come home and all these cancellation letters are in my.
You want a shot of whiskey? We got some in the office. You want to relax a little
No,
bit?
you guys have crap whiskey in the office.
Somebody stole my bullet.
Oh, that was Bullet's good. I like Bullet.
Somebody stole it.
I think it's in the production room, actually.
I make a nice old fashioned with some Bullet rye
Who would need bullet whiskey while they're in the production room?
Was it whiskey or rye?
I think I used it. I used it during a Hal Herman bit, I think.
Did you really?
Acting like I was drinking it.